You're listening to WHPK Chicago 88.5 FM. They're proud of the South Side. This is Finders Keepers. I'm Leah.
I'm Rhea, and today we have
DJ Hampton.
Woo!
Yes, the voice.
Literally the voice.
Pretty much, right?
Rhea and I have had this radio slot for just about 2 months. I don't know, beginning in late June or so. And we finally got to know Erick Hampton, who has this loft kind of around us. And we wanted to have him on our show since the day we met him.
Aww.
So this is wonderful that we have you on now.
It is a pleasure, an honor, and a privilege to be here. I am so glad to be here because I love your show. Of course, as you said, it follows my show. And I love it. Really sandwiched in between because I have the slot before and the slot after. So it's really nice to be here. It's very nice. I just love Finders Keepers. One of my favorite shows on WHPK. Yes.
Wow.
This is just 2 months in. Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, we've had it since we've had it since the winter, but the time slot changes throughout. But would you tell the airwaves a little bit about your show and your involvement with WHPK? How long have you been a DJ here? What's some of the stuff you have going on?
I have a show called Hampton Summer Jam.
Woo!
And it's a really fun show. I love it. It is. And I play like a little bit of a jazz, rock, soul music, a little R&B, and a little bit of maybe like rap. You know what I'm saying? So I love all those type of music forms. So that's the show that I'm doing right now. And I like it. It's pretty nice. I'm on different times throughout the week. Monday, I think it's 1 to 2 p.m. and 3 to 4. And then Tuesdays and Wednesdays, it's 9 to 12 p.m. And then I think on Thursdays, it's 10 to 11. And then it's going to be, I think, 12 to 1. And that's when you guys are in the middle.
Yeah, we're your little sandwich spot. Yeah.
I know, I love it. That's the show I'm doing now for the summer. It's pretty nice. I like it. It's different than being on Thursday nights. Thursday nights is
that your regular slot?
That's my regular slot, yes. And so I'm like, oh, wow. A little different. Get up in the morning, being here. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's very fun. And I like playing different types of music outside of the genre that I do here at the station, which is jazz. So it's a little different, but I like it because I can play almost anything I want.
Yeah, and
so I love that.
I know that whenever Leia and I come in, we're always dancing to the music.
I know. That's what I love about you ladies. You all are always dancing and, you know, moving. You all are like doing like little worm, little snake or whatever. You're like, oh, here. You all are getting down, so thank you so much.
It's with the name Summer Jam, you want people to jam.
Exactly right. And it's almost like a jamboree. Like when you were a kid, you go to those jamborees, you know. It's all right, you know. So you're just jamming out, you know, at a jamboree. It's a musical jamboree. It's a musical jamboree.
So, what is the type of music you selected for us today? Similar to what you've been playing this summer? Is it a little bit different? Would you mind just introducing the songs that you picked for us?
These selections that I have chosen for you here at Finders Keepers is a lot of the stuff that I have been playing on the air. And in light of this album's and the songs from this album's birthday coming up, anniversary.
Oh my God.
I am super duper excited to be playing some selections from this album. This album is none other than Miles Davis' Kind of Blue.
Oh my God, lovely.
Yes, so it came out August 17th, 1959, and so is this album, a masterpiece among not only jazz folk, but people in the rock industry. Dwayne Allman has been influenced by it from the Allman Brothers. Classical people, jazz people, all kind of people have been influenced by Kind of Blue. So I'll be playing some selections from Kind of Blue today in light of its birthday coming up, August 17th.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Kind of Blue, exactly, right. So Miles Davis, of course, needs no introduction. He's a tremendous trumpet player and influencer, changed jazz like about 5 times throughout his career. Crazy. I mean, just nuts. And this is one of the albums that helped change the force and face of not only jazz, but music itself.
I'm so excited to hear more about it. Yeah, my dad, when I was growing up, my dad played a lot of Miles Davis.
Oh, really?
It was more in the
thank you, Dad.
I've really recently been wanting to dive more into jazz.
Wow.
I'm more of a rock person.
Yeah, me
but
too.
I
like rock.
I think I'm trying to, I don't know, find ways to enjoy every genre a little bit.
I feel like we're going to have so much to talk about.
Yeah. So
we will. We will have a ton to talk about. Yes, absolutely. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right. Let's. So What?
Classic. So What by Miles Davis.
Oh, yeah, I love that one right there. That was so good. I love that song. Oh, my God. So What is like one of the best songs ever. Love, love, love it so much.
What an interesting name for a song. So
What? I know, right?
Oh,
exactly, right? Yeah.
When I was growing up, when my dad would play this, he's listening right now. Hello.
Hey, Dad.
he would always sing the like, he would always say, so what? Like, as that was playing. So in my head, those are the lyrics that, like, are attached to it for some reason. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I know, right? I was thinking about writing lyrics to it a long time ago, but yeah, now that you said that, I might just do it again and try to see if I can record it again. Yeah, I mean, we'll try to attempt to write lyrics again, because I love that the song has no lyrics, but you can think of like little lyrics to say with it and just go with them. So it's nice. I love that your dad listening. Thank you so much, Dad, for listening, and appreciate Miles Davis. Thank you.
Wait, do you mind letting us in on some of the lyrics you've maybe thought of in the past? I don't mean to put you on the spot.
So what? I'm in. And I think that's as far as I've gotten. I know I have to think of more lyrics.
Then it gets a little bit more complicated.
I have to do that part. I have to find out lyrics to that. But yeah, that's.
Wait, honestly, that might be all you need. So what? I'm in a rut. That's good.
I know. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And that's how beautiful Miles Davis is. He's so lyrical. You know what I'm saying? And just the simple notes. Yeah. It does sound like they said, so what? It just sounds like just so what, right?
2 notes, that's
it. That's it.
And I love how he starts out with that, then goes into this iconically much more complicated riffing on himself, improvisation, and then at the very end fades right back into the beginning. I found that so satisfying. I'm curious, when did you first encounter this album? Has it been with you for years and years and years? Like, what's the story with it?
For me, that's a good question too. It's been with me for about all my life. I used to hear it coming up. Just like you, Leah, you were saying that you used to hear this because your dad used to play it. It's almost like it's ingrained in your blood. You know, it's almost like part of your culture, like your soul, your DNA, actually, your genetics. You know, it's just really part of who I am as a person. I started hearing this when I was younger, because most of the guys who used to listen to jazz music, used to impart it on me, and so I became familiar with jazz music, and so that's how I became to know about it. And it's been with me for a number of years. Not as long as the 65 years it's been on the planet, but it's been with me for a while now, and I like it. And that's how I encountered it. It almost feels like a home. It's like home. It's like mama's, cooking. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's mama's cooking.
Did jazz play a lot in your home? So you've been listening to jazz ever since you were a kid?
Yeah, ever since I was a kid. It just happened to be one of the predominant musics growing up in my household. Even though you're growing up in a great town like Chicago, which has tons of music
and you grew up
and stations. Yeah, I grew up in Chicago, native here. And just the music that came out of Chicago was just amazing. And then also the Shy Lights, Jerry Butler, Gene Chandler, radio jocks like Jonathan Brandmeier, Bob Surratt. So I grew up in a really good musical town and a really good radio town. Miles Davis and Kind of Blue just kind of played a role in all of that for me.
You know what? I don't mean to sound like a Chicago fangirl, but to be honest,
fan out.
I will, because I don't remember who I was saying this to, but I think every single person I know from Chicago has. This is gonna sound so cheesy. Art infused in their blood. So many people I know that grew up in Chicago. I'm just like, even if they aren't doing art with their life, they have so much context and they have so much history that they just casually know about, that takes people from, I don't know, other random places in the Midwest, years and years to cultivate and find for themselves. It's almost unfair. I think it's almost whoa, that's not fair.
It really is, because we are an artist town here in Chicago, just like New York, and Greenwich Village in that area. If you all get a chance to go, and California, very artsy, and especially the LA area. Chicago is no different. Chicago is just so artsy, and it's almost ingrained in our blood. From the Art Institute of Chicago, it's one of the preeminent museums here in Chicago. Oh my God! And of course, the Chet Aquarium and everything on the museum campus. Planetarium. Over here, Museum of Science and Industry. Oh my goodness, are you serious? Right here in Hyde Park? Yes. And then we have Picasso downtown. We do have Picasso. Excuse me.
The Art Institute.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Picasso downtown. Yes, we have Pablo Picasso here, baby. So yeah, we're just like an international town for art, and just almost like ingrained in us. You know, we love it, and so I've always been an artist from being a musician myself with the Chicago Improvising Musicians Pool to also I do some producing other acts and stuff like that. So it's just always great to be here in Chicago. It's just a great music town, and Miles Davis plays an important part in that. He made his comeback here partially after he started playing trumpet for a while. He came back with an album called Man with a Horn around 1980, 1981. And so he became, Chicago was very important to his history because he made his last great comeback starting here in Chicago in 81 and lasted till about 91 till the time he died. So his last 10 years are much appreciated, and due respect to Chicago for getting him back to his form, you know. So, and that's why I love Miles Davis too. He's just classic. You know, I love his music and everything that he does. Just reading about this, just has so many stars, 4 or 5 stars, and most of the reviews that it's gotten is just a beautiful album. And
A+ on Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah, I know, right, man? A+, that's a lot for Entertainment Weekly. They not giving him an A, but just an A+ to not only an A, but an A+. So that's pretty good. Yeah, Rolling Stone album guide, you know, 5 stars. You know.
Oh, wow.
So, and Rolling Stone covers, you know, different types and genres of music, so.
Personally, I would love to hear about your time at the, what did you call it, Chicago Improvisers Pool?
Yes, Chicago Improvising Musicians Pool is a great little outfit. That is amazing musical outfit. It's run by George Matt Bowles. He goes by DJ Baba Deep. And we used to be DJ guys in this crew here in Chicago. It's a crew. It's called Wax On, Wax Off for Vinyl Addicts Only. Whoa, whoa. Wax On, Wax Off is now, I know, right? Whoa, whoa, Wax On, Wax Off. Well, you can just call it Wax On now. Wax On and then exclamation point. It's a great group run by DJs. It's a DJ collective here in Chicago that I joined about 10 years ago. And we just go to different spots in Chicago playing music.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah, just go to different places, just set up, you know, play like 30-minute sets and just DJ whatever we want, bring our records, you know. Our kick line is we share needles for the records themselves. I know, right? Crazy. I know. We're a wild bunch of guys there. We're just like nuts, you know. We're like cuckoo, you know, for playing records, you know. So, and I love.
Not because we were playing records. Why I do this job?
Exactly right. Exactly. That's exactly right. And that's how all my friends see it. And yeah, we get together and play records. And so I met Baba Deep in that group, and he had projects outside of it, and said, "Hey, would you like participating in a recording session that I'm going to be doing pretty soon?" I said, "Sure." This is around March 30th, 31st, around 2016. And I said, "Yeah, sure. I wouldn't mind." You know, playing on that. What would I be part of the recording process? What I'll be doing? And he let me know that I'll be playing a wave drum. I said, okay. I've never played a wave drum before, but I'll do it.
It's a lot of trust.
And no, a lot of trust. And that's what the Chicago Improvising Musicians Pool do, really. They trust you, to just create the most beautiful sound you can get out of the instruments that they've given you, because we're not trained musicians per se.
Yeah.
But he just gets these guys together, trained and untrained, I guess I should say, to play instruments. And I thought that was an ingenious idea, you know, even if they've never played before.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and play.
Yeah. Hey.
And I was like, yeah. And then also look into Wax On, Wax Off too.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, they are a good group of people to know just to play music. Amazing group. You'll be playing 30-minute sets, of course. Really, really good. Run by, I think, Glenn Russell now. Okay. But yeah, check it out. I think you will really like Wax On, Wax Off.
Wait, so how did the wave drum go?
Oh, the wave drum went splendid. I played with Michael Tools on the live drums.
Okay.
George Matt Bowles, our fearless leader, he played on the guitar.
Okay.
and he played like some kind of weird percussions like I did. And then on the keyboards and guitar was Larry Roberts. We recorded actually in the studio up north, on north side of Chicago. Larry Roberts, amazing musician. And we recorded that March 31st, 2016, and it's on Bandcamp. And it's kind of interesting. It's called ch.im.p. It's dated March 30th, 2016. It's on Bandcamp. It has a blue cover with a tree in the background. Yes.
Maybe we'll play it on Finding Future.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, that will be so much fun. Don't embarrass me too much, though. Yeah, on the way out, exactly right. Yes, yeah. So you won't put the audience to sleep. Yeah,
I'm curious. So, does the musicians collective have any specific like genre, or is it just like any kind of music? Is it like a really, I don't know, loose definition of?
It's really open, Leah. It's really just us getting together, and if we're trained, just getting our instruments and just playing them, and then just seeing where we go from there. It's almost like almost like free jazz.
Oh wow!
There's like and then it's also a mix of like we play things like ambient.
Okay.
I guess you can call it, and things like that. Almost like electronic, you know what I'm saying? So it's a mixture of all those genres too, because we just play. Yeah. And that's the beauty of it. And I had the pleasure of recording not only one, but 2 albums with these guys. I'm like mind blown, because I've always wanted to do an album. I've always wanted to record.
Yeah, I mean, you said you produce a little bit. So how is that different than, like, is that something that you lean more towards than playing an instrument, or like trying out your hand at like the wave drum, for example? What is the producing process like for you?
The producing process for me is really good because I get to be in a different way creative than I am as a performer. A producer is a person who just really has to sit down and just make something almost out of nothing, and that's the beauty of what a producer does. And I had to do a couple of shows around the time that I was in Wax On, Wax Off. And whoa, exactly. And I said, what am I going to do? So what I did was I started just asking around different places that I could play, and maybe like we'll assemble my group of people, my tribe, and we play some music, and that's what we kind of done. We kind of got some people together, and I produced one of my first show in collaboration with a woman named Bullet Stringer, and the collaboration was called Brainwaves, and Brainwaves was amazing. We held it at the place that actually was hosting Wax On, Wax Off for a while. And that's the Mutiny up north, in the I forget the name of the neighborhood that it's in, but it's up north on Western Avenue. It's a nice little bar, and that's where we started at, and that's how my production and things started. Also producing radio shows too is challenging as well too, but I like it because it makes me creative. It's a little different than, like I said, just playing an instrument. But I do love production, and I do love actually a performance too. So I love both of them. If I had my druthers, I would probably do more producing. I like to, just work the board, play with things, make suggestions, implement the suggestions, stuff like that. But being a creative
sounds terrifying.
I know producing is kind of terrifying, but once you get the hang of it, I think once you learn what you want to do with production, then it becomes easier, and the more you do it, the better you become. But being an artist is nothing like it. Playing my wave drum, figuring out what kind of sounds I can get from it. It's also connected to MIDI too, so you can hook it up and do some other things with MIDI that is just amazing. I mean, you can create almost every instrument from that wave drum.
For sure.
So I love production, but I do love actually a performance too. So I'm a more rounded guy though. I like to do it. I like to do it all.
You're an all-rounded guy.
I like to do it all. I like to do it all.
I heard you say, you got to kind of know what you want to make if you're a producer, and that's kind of the scary part. Have you figured out what you want to make? What's the through line through all of this?
Yeah.
If you know.
Yeah, if I know. What I kind of want to make is just, art that really just transcends thought, space, time, and just really touches people at the heart. Sometimes it comes to me what I want to put together. Sometimes it comes slowly. Like when I'm doing a radio program such as Hampton Summer Jam, all this summer here, 4 days a week, I have to think of a lot of things to do for 4 days.
Yeah, you're on air a lot.
I am. I don't know why I did that, Leah. I'm so greedy. No, seriously. I will never do that again. I got my you-know-what handed to me on a platter because it was just so much work to create, that much content, in that short of a time. So learning how to do that, it's something else, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And I really like doing that kind of production work, but also producing other artists and trying to help other artists out, like Maja Rios, who's here in Chicago. I play her a lot of my airtime. Majarios, beautiful woman, and I love her style. And she's been around for a while now, and I like producing her. Hopefully we got something coming in the works. So fingers crossed, yeah. She sang with Sam Bebop Thomas, that was her mate. And then they also sang in a group called Spaceship Love that is here in Chicago. And they played Beyond 2 years. And Sam Bebop Thomas played with Chicago's very own John Clemmer on the saxophone. So that's really a big thing to do. So that's really big to do. So, just doing that right now. And, of course, doing work here at HPK. I love radio. And hopefully I can stay around for a little while, but I know other stations are probably calling me, so I'll probably be attending those calls pretty soon.
Popular for one station.
I know, right? My station is the best. I love HPK, but if anyone wants to get in contact with me, it's 708-320-8456. If you want to just get in contact with me and reach out, that will be most excellent. Because I am looking for different opportunities, and I like production and I like music. So please enjoy the album. I hope you enjoy both the album that I did before, and there's one called 6. It's a purple cover, and that was live at Resistor. So that was very fun to do the live at Resistor. That was a club on North Side. And I love that live album. We did one 33-minute track. It was insane. Yeah. Just one whole, we went Miles Davis on it. We did our own version of Bitches Brew, just 33 minutes long. Wow, that's crazy. So, So.
I'm curious, going back to Kind of Blue, now that we sort of know a little bit more about what you do, music and producing wise. I'm curious about what you think of the collaboration on the album, how each musician works their own style into it, etc.
I think it was sort of magical the way it happened, because Miles Davis just assembled these group of guys together to play this music, and really not knowing how this was going to come out, turned out pretty darn good. So it has to be not only Miles Davis' leadership or lack thereof, but actually just the musicians that he had to ask to come with him.
Yeah, the meld.
The meld of the musicians is just amazing. Of course, him being a leader on trumpet, but also Bill Evans on keyboards, just amazing. A great piano player, and I think the only Caucasian in the group. And so that was pretty rough, considering that it was I guess the 50s, so I guess interracial groups didn't play like they did back like they do now. So it was hard to find. He called him Mo too. He didn't call him by his name. Bill Evans called him Mo. Hey Mo, and he would ask yeah, whatever, But Bill Evans was a very nice guy, excellent pianist, very nice touch. And then also Wynton Kelly was the other pianist. on this album. He's really good too. He only played on one number, which is called Freddie Freeloader. That's the only number that he plays on, but he's really, I know, right? Freddie Freeloader, what a song. Oh my God. Hopefully we'll get to it today. If not, we'll get to it another time. But yeah, and in addition to that, two of the best saxophone players in the world at that time. On tenor saxophone, he had John Coltrane, and then on alto saxophone, he had a guy named Julian Adderley that they called Cannonball. That's right, because of his rotund and round figure. They called him Cannonball because he was rotund. Yes, round fellow. Yes, Cannonball. And he was amazing. He was so jovial, nice. And he played the alto like nobody's business. And, of course, Train would be going on to do work like A Love Supreme later on and stuff like that. But it all started from Kind of Blue. And then, of course, the backup guys, the guys on drums and bass did a great job, too. Jimmy Cobb, I think, is one of the last surviving members of this quartet. He's in his 90s now, and Jimmy Cobb is just amazing. And I believe the bassist would be Paul Chambers. And, Paul Chambers has been with Miles for a while now. So it was really, really good to assemble these people together. The group that he assembled here, their synergy is just something that is just almost unprecedented. I think that's what we were trying to do with the Chicago Improvising Musician School, trying to get guys together just to play. And all you had was like these modes or scales, just to play, not chords. He just gave them scales to play. Play this, and I want you to play that right there, and play that right there. And he just went on, just did it. No rehearsing. Just did it, just like we did in Chicago Improvising. I didn't know how to play wave drum, and I'm playing with this other guy, and we started recording, we just started playing with it. Okay, let's see what this thing does, and let's see where it takes us. And that's good music. I think that's the heart of good music. It just takes you to another place, and that's what these guys did. Just took the little notes that Miles Davis scribbled down and went to another place and made history.
You have to have like a level of trust and also
you keep saying you saying trust. Yes, I love trust
and confidence to like push yourself. I don't know. I think it's. I mean, I'm just reading this lovely Wikipedia page.
I got to come to finders keepers, right. You know what I'm saying? I got to come correct. You know what I'm saying? So I had to bring some notes. Yes, absolutely.
Just for my own education, modal jazz, is that the type of stuff? Is that the type of stuff that you were just mentioning that you were doing with the Improvising Musician School?
I guess you can say that. Along the lines of modal jazz, but
what is modal jazz? If you know what
modal jazz is basically just instead of playing what you call like chords, you play these little notes. Called modes, and that is how it is done.
They have fun names. I know the modes.
I know, right?
I know about them.
Miles Davis says it right here. No chords gives you a lot more freedom and space to hear things. When you go this way, you can go on forever. You don't have to worry about changes, and you can do more with the melody line. It becomes a challenge to see how melodically innovative you can be. So when you base things on chords, you know that at the end of 32 bars that the chords have run out, and there's nothing to do but repeat what you've just done with variations. And I think a movement in jazz is beginning away from the conventional string of chords. There will be fewer chords but infinite possibilities as to what to do with them. So he was really breaking away from that chord, kind of sound. He wanted to maybe open it up.
I mean, that's what standards are, right?
So do you think that
right, exactly.
That modal quality is what sort of like you talked off the air. You talked about how a lot of even rock musicians and people of diverse genres like were influenced by this album. Do you think that modal jazz is specifically what influenced them, like that just like free-flowing, not strict kind of idea?
I think so. That kind of style, I think, frees up, as Miles Davis just so eloquently put it, frees up the musician to just be, creative and just have more room and space. I mentioned earlier Duane Allman from the Allman Brothers. He's a rock guy, ladies. You know what I'm saying? But asked about his favorite album, I think maybe in a Rolling Stone interview or an interview with another magazine, he mentioned Miles Davis' Kind of Blue is one of his most influential albums and one of the most influential pieces of music he's ever heard. Duane Allman, the great guitarist with the Allman Brothers. I mean, one of the top probably 5 or 10 guitarists of all time. Saying this about a jazz album, that's kind of mind-blowing. So that means it crosses and transcends genres, folk, from, city folk from up north to down home country boys from the south, you know what I'm saying, and everywhere else in between. I'm pretty sure some Brits dig Miles Davis kind of blue too. So yeah, I mean, it's just influential album. That's because it just shows its timelessness, how good it is. That's why even today at 65, it still sounds great. And I think most musicians want to just be free to create, and that's what Miles Davis brings with this. He brings freedom. Yeah. You're able to create, and that's what I think any good musician would want to do, is just create and be free. And this beautiful album is a testament to that, and influencing other jazz musicians, rock musicians, people in the classical world. Everyone loves Kind of Blue. It's only 5 songs long too, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful album.
Should we listen to some more of it?
Yeah, I've got queued up on the turntable a nice little number here. I think it's called All Blues. The reason why it's called Kind of Blue is because it touches on the blues. So it's like putting blues inside of jazz. It's a repeating chord. Dun, 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 and then it has a dun, 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 and then it jumps back down. Dun, dun, dun. The blues is really easy. Dun, dun, then you kind of repeat like the same thing over and over again. It's really nice. The blues is simple, and he incorporated blues so well into this. It's just amazing. This is why this recording is timeless. And this is why feature Kind of Blue on Finders Keepers today.
I'm so excited. Hello? Hi.
Got a caller, guys.
Got a caller.
All right. I think they're liking what we're playing.
What?
I think they can repeat those beautiful songs that they're playing. Oh my God, that's nice.
When I picked up, I just asked, who is this?
Oh, right, this is interesting.
Yeah, it is the WHPK station.
Yep. Finders Keepers with Leah and Rhea.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, you spoke to Teddy?
All right. So she's okay. All right. Rhea's on the business here.
All right.
Rhea,
I will let Teddy know. Will you give me a phone number so that I can have him call you back?
Does this happen often?
I have Teddy's number.
Okay.
This happens often, Leah? Or?
Sometimes we get a few friends and comrades from around the country
and you're
who call?
prank calling.
Oh, okay.
No, either prank or recommending songs. But we're
I like prank calling though. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I thought it was too.
So much Dylan.
No, me too. No, and we're hoping to actually get at some point get some people calling in, make comment suggestions. Rhea, who was that?
That was Dylan. Dylan was, I think, trying to promote a vaccine event. So get your vaccines, everyone. But just
vaccines.
WHPK, we are a community station, guys. If you have PSAs that you want, call us. I guess. Anyways,
stay vaccinated, stay healthy.
We just listened to All Blues.
Stay vaccinated, stay healthy, guys. Yes, All Blues by the Miles Davis Band. Yes, the great quintet. Yes, absolutely. Sextet, excuse me.
Awesome.
Yes, love.
That was beautiful.
All Blues.
I'll say that my first thought listening to that was I feel like I'm watching that sequence where Cinderella is cleaning the whole house.
Okay.
That's
all
maybe
right.
a really odd image, but in the first minute or so, that's all I could think about. I was like, oh, this is so home.
I know, right?
This is so homey. It felt very such a strong melody line.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Yeah, and his music is just like that. It kind of breeds familiarity. It's just so good.
Yeah.
I really love it. Me and Lee were just talking, just saying it just feels like natural. It just feels like home. It's just so good. And it's timeless music. And it'll be 65 next weekend, next Saturday.
Wow.
It will be 65 years old. Came out August 17th, 1959. I know, right? Yes. I'll be celebrating. I don't know. Where will I be celebrating? I'll probably be celebrating in Hawaii somewhere.
Wow.
Oh, you're headed to Hawaii.
Yes, I'm headed to Hawaii next week, so I'll miss you ladies next week. I'll cry.
You can listen from Hawaii.
I will.
It'll be a little bit earlier, but...
Yeah.
Okay, way earlier,
You might have to, just
I'll be at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Exactly, at 4 o'clock in the morning, listen to Finders Keepers here at 11 a.m. in Chicago, yeah.
No, I think that the great thing about jazz, I think we were talking about this during a couple different shows, is that to me it kind of activates I feel like I have a very visual imagination, and when I listen to jazz music, I just feel like it's I see things and I'm imagining scenes and stuff, and I think that's what's so special about it. It's very
cinematic. It's it lends itself to a lot of visuals, and that's why a lot of people use jazz in film. People love jazz in film. Clint Eastwood loves jazz in film. You can see it in almost anything. What was the movie that just came out a couple of years ago? A couple were dancing and all that stuff.
La La Land.
Yeah, right. La La Land. Exactly right. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Leah. Yeah. Soul. Yes. Soul. Yes. Right. Animation. Yes. Exactly.
Oh my God. Animation specific.
We were talking about
their Instagram. Berlioz's Instagram. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I don't know if it's exactly jazz. I don't know if that's the correct genre, but they do awesome animations that are kind of like that one really jazzy Fantasia scene.
I love that scene.
We talked about it before. But animation and jazz is just because it literally does transcend human boundaries.
It does. What's their animation called Blue World that uses jazz or something like that? Blue World. I think it's called Blue World. Yeah, uses a lot of jazz music. Yeah, it's a great anime too, but it uses a lot of jazz music and a lot of jazz characters.
Blue is in the name.
Yeah. Kind of blue. I know, right? Exactly. Yeah. Dig that. I know, right? Who would have thought? Yeah, but jazz is just, it's just that music. It's so versatile. You can play it, anywhere. And I was just reading some of the notes here that I have. Everyone from guitarist Dwayne Allman, Pink Floyd keyboardist Richard Wright said that the chord progressions on the album influenced the structure of the introductory chords to the song Breathe on the album Dark Side of the Moon. This has influenced Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
I hope your listeners are really understanding this. This jazz album influenced, one of the best guitarists of all time, Dwayne Allman, influenced Breathe on one of the most classic rock albums of all time, Dark Side of the Moon. That's just amazing. Quincy Jones, one of Davis's longtime friends, wrote, "That kind of blue will always be in my music, man. I play kind of blue every day. It's my orange juice. It still sounds like it was made yesterday." And it's right. It is like,
It's my orange juice. It's so sweet.
I know, right? And that's coming from Quincy Jones from Chicago. The Quincy Jones. So... Quincy Jones can dig it, and it's good for any and everybody.
That is true.
So, yeah, that is so cool. And that's just the beauty of jazz and the beauty of Kind of Blue.
Oh, lovely. I know we're kind of out of time here. So I wanted to ask, is there anything else you wanted to say on Finders Keepers that you haven't been able to today?
No, I just want to thank you ladies for inviting me here. I think Leah wanted me to read something off of this.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, if you want to.
This beautiful back.
Yes.
You can just read the first few lines. I thought it was great.
Sure, and it is. It's the liner notes for the original Kind of Blue on this 1986 reprint, and it's written by the pianist in the group. His name is Bill Evans. He calls this improvisation in jazz. There is a Japanese visual art in which the artist is forced to be spontaneous. He or she must paint on a thin stretched parchment with a special brush and black and water paint in such a way that an unnatural or uninterrupted stroke will destroy the line or break through the parchment. Erasures or changes are impossible. These artists must practice a particular discipline that of allowing the idea to express itself in communication with their hands in such a direct way that deliberation cannot interfere. And I love that line. I'm glad that you asked me to read that, because that's kind of what it is. Improvisation is just like that Japanese visual arts form. It's just, you just have to do it, and it is what it is. And you can't really go back and change it. You just have to deal with it one way or another. You can like it or don't like it. That's it. So, but it is what it is. And that's kind of what life is in general. It just is what it is. You just got to go with the flow and try to make it sound as good as Miles Davis.
There we go. Perfect way to wrap up the hour. Anyways, you've been listening to Finders Keepers on WHPK, Chicago 88.5 FM, the pride of the South Side. We're on every 11 a.m. CST on Thursday, Chicago time. I've been Rhea.
I have been Leah.
And our guest has been
Erick C.K. Hampton. Thank you so much, ladies. Much appreciated. I am so delighted to be here. Hopefully I'll be back sometime soon.
Oh, you'll definitely be back.
Yes.
Stick around for the next hour or more to hear...
Can I play one more song before I go? Well, take us out?
All right. Of course.
All right, let's play... this title is interesting. Freddie Freeloader, guys. You're going to love this
I've been really wanting to hear this.
Yes. Who's your next week's guest, ladies? Do we have a next week's guest?
We got to check our spreadsheet.
It's either Noah and Melina or someone else.
It's someone. We'll find out.